Welcome to Baker's Day 4. Oh yeah. It started fucking up on me. Yeah.
There were some great turns that I could really kind of dig into on that Magnum, right? That makes you feel like you're on a motorcycle, but it's a moped, so it's better. Anywho, I definitely hit some grade to where I wish I had a variator, but here we are. We've got first and second gear clutch. Not too bad. I was worried. I was expecting we're going to destroy the kit. We're going to drop the pipe. We're going to get pulled over. Something, but we made it through. Had a little problem yesterday. Kind of went through some trials and tribulations there. I think I got about an hour in and I could have swore I zinked the kit. I thought that I just destroyed the cylinder. We need to figure it out. And after trying to troubleshoot, figured out a couple of things. Not only had the stock clutches pretty close to disintegrated, and there's a little bit of metal that came off first gear. The opposite side bearing on the crank was the cage had caused it to stop rolling. So we had to figure out, sit down, and do almost an entire complete rebuild of that ZA70.
Hey everyone. Day 4 of Baker's. We came in first place again, Colby and myself, and we had a hitchhiker with us, Mars, in the chase. I getting out of the gate, I was just gonna let everybody get through town, and I kind of putzed along and slowly worked my way through the field. And then I was really going slow, and Black caught me for a second, and I couldn't handle that, so I had to lay the hammer down, and we got going, you know, got first place.
Well, last night I actually had to do some work on my bike for the first time this trip. I had a sprocket that was pretty sharp-toothed out, so last night I changed out the sprocket, put on a new chain, and that was pretty much it. So the bike this morning rolled along real nice. It was a 2-tooth less, and so it was going a little faster, and it still handled the hills well. Nice ride. Got pulled over by the cops once just to check for my license plate. Then the rest was just kind of clipping along, one gas stop, and then got in here third place today.
First try, baby. Let's go.
Yesterday was like pretty rough for us. We had like, you're just fighting jetting the whole time, like messing with our airbox and whatnot. Just couldn't get the bike to run super well. After about 200 miles, I got on the, Jackson was on the bike for 200 miles. I got on the bike for the last 100, and within like 15 miles, our pipe just completely fell off and failed. So we put on our spare pipe, and then we continued rolling. We limped it to the Daggers shop, and luckily someone donated a pipe, courtesy of, what's her name? Amy. Shout out to Amy from the Daggers. Thank you so much for that pipe. The boys, they worked on that. They bent the header to match our Pook cylinder, and I did the rest of the general maintenance that night. We got back to the hotel like about midnight or so, and had a nice fresh bike ready to go for today.
So we had a great start today, deep in the heart of Nashville. We started the Daggers shop, a little alleyway with a bunch of businesses in the industrial part of town. And then getting out of town was hectic as hell for the riders. 2-lane roads, cutting through traffic, stoplights, stop signs, traffic, regular everyday Thursday traffic. It was real hard to get out of town. So a lot of chase drivers were stuck back way behind their riders, and riders were pretty much alone for the most part of today, off on the roads on their own. Another fun fact today too, we finally got a lot of pulled pork today. And we had several people. We had a rider getting pulled over. We had a couple chases getting pulled over. Everyone was just flagging the Tennessee State Troopers today. And I don't know why, but this was the day. We got a lot of good pictures of it. So the final part of today was my favorite part. We're finally getting to the Appalachian Mountains. We've been cruising across the plains for a bit. And so for the last 60 miles, it was just straight up. So we started cruising through all this motorcycle country around us right here. And now we're staying at a wonderful campground. This used to be the site of an old gold mine.
There's gold in them there hills. What is that?
Yeah. It's a ceremonial war mount. They find a forked stick and take leather and wrap around in there. It's actually used in war. Yep. Get the sunshine here. The gold right there, and the gold's melted into the crystal. Okay. So it's all in your rusted.
I don't even know what the robbery was there. From like the 1800s?
1822 when they had this robbery.
Okay.
Found the cash on my claim out in Idaho. They had buried at the bottom. There's actually 600 and some odd coins are in there. I only found 585 of them.
Damn. I know, it's cool. That's so cool.
Each one of these are worth at least $1,200.
Just because they're part of the robbery in those last
Robbery and it's the last year and
quality.
See it? There's.
Damn.
I know,
cool.
it's freaking rad.
Well, today our radiator fell off at some point. Our mount broke because we missed it when we were welding stuff. So that sucks. But then we fixed it with shoestring. And then the second, it got really loud all of a sudden, and the bottom half of our pipe blew off, and it was super loud. So then we had to switch our pipe out. Then that happened today.
So tomorrow, the finish line is at the Thirsty Beaver Saloon. We're gonna put the address in so you'll be able to map tomorrow. Queen City Barons know the owner. We're gonna be treated like royalty there. Please don't die, I don't know. But for parking, this is the most important part. The mopeds can park at the bar. That is the finish line. The cars, chase vans, everything, you cannot park in front of the bar, not allowed. They have secured us a middle school parking lot 3 blocks up the road. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys at the end. No, thank all of you.